In remembrance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the year 2013.
The night before Dr. King was killed, he said he wanted to live to see the day with equality. And there he stood on the mountaintop at the age of 39, maybe with the premonition of what he'll leave behind.
He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I might not get there with you, but I want you to know that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Overcoming is becoming the way of becoming.
And becoming is the process of overcoming.
Becoming love and action and living.
Our vision,
His vision
every day.
Love is a way of overcoming.
Overcoming racist thoughts.
Sexist comments, misleading mindset.
Who defines us?
The people in our city?
The larger society?
Or is it the world?
Overcoming is becoming the way of becoming.
And become the process of overcoming.
Becoming one nation.
Becoming one family.
Becoming the change.
Becoming is the process of overcoming.
Becoming is the process of overcoming. Becoming is the process of overcoming, and we shall overcome.
I am not a social class, a solitary nationality,
A single definable skin color, a political party.
locked into a generational baby-booming XYZ millennial lost child. I am an individual.
I am.
I am.
I am.
The eyes staring out at the promised land.
The beat in the heart, the drummer, the single and solitary unifying force that reminds you that we are one, that the blood in our veins boils blue while the rhythm beneath connects me to you.
It is a natural harmony that links us in equality with hearts to build a symphony. Yes, we are where the world should be. Now, if I could touch your beating heart and you would move to another, letting the melody start, then perhaps we'll unify, finally releasing the past, forcing old ideals to die.
How can we allow our hearts to meet when we still throw people, mother, and children onto the street?
Becoming is the process of overcoming.
Becoming is the process of overcoming. Becoming is the process of overcoming, and we shall overcome.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs states that at the most basic level we hunger and we thirst. And if we've had a simple meal in order to function, we need safety and protection. A safe harbor when life is a storm.
But money rains down heavy on this city. While I like the way things look pretty, I cannot make myself say that I think it's okay when doors are open to some while others are pushed away.
I walk by that five-star restaurant, but their fancy menu isn't sporting what I want. How about a community that is joined together in unity, where basic needs are always met? Where when I am sick, I can afford to be well, not passed over and disenfranchised through socioeconomic welfare, public system hell?
But money is power, and power buys time. It's funny because I thought that establishing new inequalities was actually a crime. I want to know when Cincinnati decided it was time to play Monopoly. Because every time I turn around, I see another building tumbling to the ground as corporate sponsors put another condo down.
I don't want a pretty city if it means instead of saying black or white, we say these are the nice parts and those are the bad. A community is a whole, and games like this just place holes in our community.
But the misfortune of those at Anna Louise is somehow catching. Look, because they don't have the money, they should get packing. People are saying that the drop-in center should move. Dr. King once said that discrimination is a hellhound that gnaws in every waking moment of their lives to remind them that the lie of their inferiority is accepted as truth in the society dominating them.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would feel proud today, standing on that mountaintop, seeing the way his words have inspired us.
He would look into the audience, see that the people here are more than just black and white, but so much more in between. The people who are discriminated against.
The impoverished, the disenfranchised, those who find themselves on the outskirts of society. We're not just black, white, yellow, or red, gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, spiritual, religious, agnostic, or other. We are all just Americans.
He said that it means that we've got to stay together. We've got to stay together and maintain unity. With these words of innovation, let us gather as a city united, not a city divided. Instead of knocking another building down, why don't we work together to turn this city around? Now is the time to lend a hand, not the time to turn our backs and condemn.
I was raised to believe that everyone was equal, that no man or woman was any more or less than me. And as a kid, I knew that's how it should have been. But I'm old now, and I clearly see that I was wrong. Turns out it's about your money, your race, and religion. Turns out you can be wrong if you choose to be yourself. At least, that's the message I'm receiving.
Becoming is the process of overcoming. Becoming is the process of overcoming. Becoming is the process of overcoming, and we shall overcome.
A man by the name of Peter Ustinov once said, Terrorism is the war of the poor, while warfare is the terrorism of the rich. I quote him because I think his words should hit home for those of us living in the poor neighborhoods, or there are those who kill for respect with no regard to the greater good. If there are people killing each other just for the sake of violence while poor people are living in silence, then what makes these youngins different from the terrorists if we're not fighting the actual problem but finding a solution? Because pushing people away is never a resolution.
Why is it that on one end of Vine Street, you can find colorful stores and bars, and on the other,
Some people, though, that is the only life they know, adapting to words like ghetto. But what the word actually means, some may never know. From the projects to apartment complexes, wondering what's next, waiting on a check, girls looking for love, ending up with sex, the young men covering their bodies with tattoos and gold, unaware of the imprints they've mowed, not knowing how far these things can go till someone else's child is outlined in chalk lines with names on their gravestones. A wise man once said, in this bright future, you cannot forget your past. And I assure you that those words are vital, because the only way that we can see the actual change is that we have to realize that we're stuck in a constant cycle.
What our city needs isn't change, it's action. A few acts of love to those who can't have it, because right now it's an economic crisis, and I can only imagine the number of people who are going to become homeless. Are you just going to sit here and let our realities come to this? Where is the feeling of community in which we all live? Has it been stripped away by streetcars, casinos, and bars? Or have we just lowered the bar for love in our hearts? Listen to me. Listen to the beat of a city that's becoming greedy in the way it invests its money. That beat. It pounds the street in a way that you and me can see if you could just stop and take a chance to hear it for yourself. But like Trayvon Martin, we put on hoods and hide because we are scared to be the ones to stand. To be the ones to show the man that we have a different economic plan. One that is louder than the need for greed, but rather a revolution of a love that will make its mark in time.
I am.
I am.
The eyes staring out at the promised land.
The beat in the heart, the drummer, the single solitary unifying force that reminds you that we are one.
I am the blood in your veins boiling blue.
While the rhythm beneath connects me to you.
I am the natural harmony.
The voice that links us in equality.
A heart within the symphony.
Yes, we are where the world should be.
Now if we have touched your beating heart, you move to another, letting the melody start. Then as one, we will unify, finally releasing the past and creating a place for love to reside.
He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I might not get there with you, but I want you to know that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Becoming is the process of overcoming. Becoming is the process of overcoming. Becoming is the process of overcoming, and we shall overcome.